Joining us now is Jay Rosenzweig, who is the CEO of Rosenzweig & Company. Jay, great to have you here with us today.
So happy to be here.
Absolutely.
How are you doing?
Let's dive. We're good. We're good. Let's dive right in here. You're a top angel investor in Canada, so this is a very big time for you. You've got positions in Canopy and MedReleaf. We know you are not a marijuana advisor, but give us your thoughts on the cannabis space ahead of legalization.
Yeah, so just to be clear, MedReleaf actually was acquired by a company called Aurora, so I'm no longer in MedReleaf, and in fact I liquidated my Canopy stock. The stocks are so volatile right now that I thought that the most prudent approach would be to actually take some money off the table and wait while the market stabilizes. There's just so much happening. My core expertise, and that's how I came to a lot of the angel investment opportunities, is in helping business leaders design, build, and attract world-class teams. And I was actually in the middle of a search, for example, to help one of the companies build up their executive cadre, and sure enough, suddenly they were acquired. So it's really quite an exciting time right now. So much is going on.
It's not good to time the markets. A seasoned investor would tell you that. But if you were to sort of look at the next couple of months, especially with legalization happening in Canada, would you say there is a right opportunity when you see it to enter?
I think one needs to proceed definitely with caution. I think over the long term, Canopy will be a great play. Statistics have shown that last year in Canada, 5 million Canadians bought cannabis products illegally, totaling over $5 billion. And the prediction from CIBC analysts is that by 2020, the legal cannabis market will exceed $6 billion. So I think there's a lot of very big opportunities. The first to the table were more in the manufacturing and production side. So I personally see great opportunities in the retail space, including on the e-commerce side, and also what I would call adjunct categories, namely vape, food and beverage. It's endless. It does not begin and end with brownies by any means.
Sure. And so on the technological side, the commerce side that you mentioned, there's even a social element to it as well.
Absolutely.
When you think about a platform like Massroots, who we were talking about earlier, they're moving higher today by about 13% off of the news that Facebook is going to take a little bit more action on its platform. What does that present in terms of an opportunity for you? Is this a company that you would look to dive right into because of news that we're seeing out of Facebook?
Well, we're always happy to advise companies and clients and potential clients on strategic direction moving forward. So I would absolutely jump in and help a business like that. I also think that Canada, as the first G7 nation that is jumping into the legalization of marijuana full bore, is a great test bed for all kinds of companies, from L'Oreal to Coca-Cola. We're hearing now that Coca-Cola may want to get into the cannabis beverage industry. So this is an area that we embrace, and we're going in full bore from a consulting standpoint, and I'm going to actively jump back in once the dust settles a little bit. But we need to be careful as well, because even in growth and new sectors, there's a lot of winners, but there's also a bunch of busts that you need to be careful of.
Is there a way that you're advising these companies differently because this space is changing so quickly and there's so many rules around it versus in the past other kinds of consumer companies?
Yes, absolutely. I think in the cannabis space, more than any other space probably, management is key. And having the right leadership teams in place is key. So it's one thing to be enamored with the product, but what I look to as an investor and as well as an advisor is businesses that have solid leaders with track records of having scaled up, and individuals who've been able to bring on teams of individuals who are capable from a regulatory standpoint, you know, that great general counsel who knows how to navigate government relations.
Or just bring in a John Boehner.
Pardon me?
Or just bring in a John Boehner.
Oh, there you go. And really across the board. I mean, even the tech space, you need a good head of IT, marketing and sales. So it can't all be about passionate leaders who love the product.
Do tech execs, are they eager to jump into a space that is still very ripe and growing right now?
I've seen a lot of individuals coming my way, and a lot of business leaders sort of quietly coming into my office saying, hey, I'm looking for my next opportunity.
From the tech industry?
From the tech industry. I've built and scaled and sold 2 or 3 businesses. I want to dive into the cannabis space because it seems ripe and exciting, and the numbers are amazing, the potential's huge. So I am seeing a lot of that, and I do think that great tech executives who have the experience having scaled up and have gone through the ups and downs of what it is to be a founder are actually great candidates to inject in as CEOs once the founders are sort of in over their head and it's time for them to step aside, keep their shares, but sit on the board and allow the serial CEO to come in and do what they need to do to take the company to the next levels.
We gotta let you go, but just real quick, generally speaking, do you find that if you have to have a new leader, let's say like Tesla, right, the chairman of the board, that position has to open up, do you need somebody with the experience of what the company is trying to do in that person? Or can it be somebody who is a serial executive? I think
it depends on scenarios, but in the Tesla case, there are not many direct comparables. So you have to have individuals who have shown creativity, who know how to turn around businesses and have great communication skills and turn around cultures as well in certain cases. So leadership with a big L, to me, is always more important than subject matter.
Jay Rosenzweig, who is the CEO of Rosenzweig & Company, joining us here today on Cheddar, ahead of legalization in Canada. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. Great talking to you.